Imperial Death Trooper. The elite soldiers of the Imperial Intelligence. Death Troopers are encased in specialised Stormtrooper armour with dark ornaments gleaming. The soldiers served as bodyguards and enforcers for the Director Krennic, a highly placed officer with Advanced Weapons Research Division of the Empire. Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we're reviewing Star Wars Rogue One, the Imperial Death Trooper. Now this guy's been out for some time and I've never actually got my little mitts on him, but currently he was on Amazon. I bought him with the Admiral Akbar and he was $17.85, so I could not hesitate to snap him up because I think it's a bit of a steal considering I don't really see this guy. I was going to hold out and get one of those Bandai kind of figure model kits, but I've just kind of gone off them a little bit. I do like them as the Astromechs, but as a figure, the elbow and the joints just look a little bit too odd for me to put against the Black Series figures. So anyway, here he is with his kind of bubble pack. Here we've got the sort of like the advanced sort of E11 and an Imperial blaster there. We've got that nice pencil drawing on the side. On here is number 25. On the back we've got that small Imperial bio plus his picture, and on this side, just in multiple languages, with Death Troop just written on the side. So without further ado, let's just crack this bad boy open. So here he is, all shiny and black, and as all black characters never really show up on camera because the light always kind of reflects or they disappear in the shadows. So what we do, we just pull him out, take first impressions. And yeah, he's looking pretty cool. He's looking quite nice. It's quite nice to see how he compared to the other Stormtroopers and everything like that. So what we do, we take some pictures, and we see you now. We're taking his photos, and I've actually really enjoyed this character. I kind of thought that I'd be a little bit off with him because I found him a little bit too skinny, and I kind of wanted him to be a little bit more bulkier. And with the sort of rising popularity of this guy, I couldn't miss the opportunity on Amazon to get him for a bit cheaper, as he's now, well, he was in season 1 of Mandalorian, and hopefully he's in season 2. They just released that credit edition where he's kind of like brown and a little bit of purple, which I thought it was the only way I was going to get this guy, but lo and behold, thanks to Amazon again. But yeah, I mean, this guy's pretty cool. The only thing that I would say that's a little bit off of him is his accessories, which we'll start with first. And even though the detailing on there, on the gun, it holds them really nicely as well, it's unfortunately not painted, and it's done in that kind of bronzy, cheap looking sort of like colour. So taking a closer look, we've got the details, you've got the parts on there. It's kind of like an advanced E11. You know, we've got all those art bits on here, but unfortunately there's just no sort of carbon scoring or anything on there apart from this tiny little bit of red line for like a power thing, I suppose. His other accessory, which we don't get that often, is actually the Imperial pistol, and again it's done in this horrible bronzy sort of brown colour. It fits into this holster that it's got on the side, which is just kind of like a little swing clip, so we can just poke it in just over the top, just like so. He has got a trigger finger on his right hand side, which he can hold both accessories just fine. So taking that out and going through his articulation, and this guy doesn't fail suit either at that stage. So for his head, we've got left and we've got right. He can look down and he can look back. We've got rotation here at the upper t-shirt. We've also got a kind of nice elbow raise up here, and we've got a rotation here at the elbow on a single jointed bend that comes up a little bit more than 90 degrees. We've got a rotation at the wrist, which is also on the hinge. We've got a swivel on the chest, and you can look down this far, look back that far. His legs can come out this wide, kick forward this far, and it's not hindered by the belt as well because it's kind of like a nice kind of sort of vinyl. back, double jointed knee, and a rocker and a pivot at the ankle. So everything else is pretty good. It's a really good sort of like, especially for a trooper of his sort of size, with all these extra armour bits on there as well. So yeah, I mean, considering which we had the first order originally around about these sort of releases, and they were awful. So going through his actual mould and his sculpt, it's done really well actually. I really like it. So from the helmet design on there, we've got the silver and the green lenses, and there's no colour bleed or anything on there. In the chest wise, again, we've got the clips, we've got all the sort of like ribbing and other bits in that place, which are done well. We've got the thermal detonator on the back, all this black gloss kind of paint on there, no chipping whatsoever. Down to the belt, we've got this kind of Vader-esque kind of silver belt clip on there, and just a ribbon and all that. The only thing I would say is that this guy's knees are really, really thin compared to like the rest of the figure, but I'm okay with that. He's just lanky. You know, he's not a bulky guy, he's a lanky guy, and I'm okay with that. And yeah, I did really enjoy the guy, and I think he's done well for an older type Black Series figure as well. So that kind of brings me to the end of this guy. If you're quick, it might be still on Amazon for under £20. If not, then I'm sure hopefully these guys might get a kind of another release with the Mandalorian picking up pace. So thanks once again. You can subscribe down below, you can comment, and you can follow me on Instagram, which is in the description down below. And until next time, take care. Bye.